Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Ketan Tatu. I'm founding director of a non-profit entity, Foundation for Ecological Welfare, which is abbreviated as FEW, F-E-W, FEW. The Foundation for Ecological Welfare has a tradition of observing or celebrating or marking uh, many international and national days or weeks, which are related to ecology, biodiversity, environment, or wildlife. We have celebrated in the past. We have celebrated World Wetlands Day quite frequently, repeatedly, and we have also celebrated in the past the World Ocean Day and also the Wildlife Week of India, etc., etc. So, to maintain that tradition, this time we have decided to mark National Moth Week 2024. We will mark this wonderful week by listening to one of the senior entomologists, Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria, and she will be talking about introduction to moths and their ecological importance. Now, before I invite Dr. Mokaria for her presentation, let me give some brief information about this National Moth Week. National Moth Week was first celebrated or observed in United States of America in 2012, and behind this celebration, there was a group of dedicated moth scientists and moth researchers. Okay, and they wanted to, make the moths much more well known to the world, and the study and research about moths, etc. Though initially though it started in United States of America, in the modern times, it is now celebrated in almost 80 countries of the world. Okay, and India is definitely one of them. Several organizations of India has already marked this Moth Week by arranging talks and presentations, and even some moth exploration programs during night hours. Okay, so to contribute our bit, we have organized this talk about introduction to moths and their ecological importance. Moths are really, really interesting creatures. Though many people know much more about butterflies than moths, we cannot underestimate their importance in our ecosystems. Okay, though many moths are dull-colored, and they are though they are well camouflaged with their surroundings. It is not a very rigid rule. Some of the moths are very colorful too. And the world of moths is packed with so many surprises for us. For example, some of the moths are very sound sensitive, and some species are known to be able to sense even ultrasonic sounds produced by bats. And by sensing that kind of sound waves, they can escape from bats and save themselves from becoming the prey of these bats. Now, these moths, the adulthood of these moths is often short-lived. For example, Luna moth is known to survive only for a week or so. But still, we cannot ignore their importance, because many moths contribute to pollination, and even some of the flowers bloom during nights because many moths are nocturnal. Okay, some moths are known to indulge in bioluminescence also. Okay, so there are several surprises. Some moths are known to migrate for thousands of kilometers. Okay, so we must take interest in moths, and one of the main reasons why we should take interest in moths is relatively little research is carried out on moths and their life cycles and other aspects of these moths. So the young people of our country should take it as a challenge and consider to do more and more research on different kinds of moths in our country, and they can study them as their master's level research or even doctoral research, etc. So now I won't take much of your time, and before inviting Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria, let me give a brief introduction of her professional scenario, professional profile. Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria is professionally an entomologist. She has done MSc Zoology with entomology specialization, and she has also done a PhD in zoology with the subject on dragonflies and damselflies, basically odonets. She is a highly motivated researcher with extensive technical research experience of more than 13 years of entomological research, insect ecology, aquatic, semi-aquatic, and terrestrial insects. She is often indulged. She is often invited to work as an expert for development of butterfly parks, as also landscaping. She has organized multiple events, and actively she has created awareness and conservation related to insects, as well as those insects which are indulged in pollinations, right? Of course, she has given several radio talks, and she has given several presentations, both in offline and online modes. And of course, she has published several research papers and contributed to books for popularizing the subject of insects among laymen. Dr. Kalamanti has won 3 scientific awards. She is an executive member of Indian Dragonfly Society, that is IDS, and she is also an executive editor of a newsletter named Bradinopaiga. So this was her introduction in nutshell. Now, without wasting your time, I would like to invite Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria for her useful talk. Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Kalamanti Mokaria, entomologist, and today we'll talk about moths and their ecological importance. All moths belong to phylum Arthropoda, like they have jointed appendages. They belong to class Insecta. They have all the characteristics of insects, like they have head, body divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. They have 6 legs. They have 4 wings. They have 2 antennae and compound eyes. Further, the moths is divided or classified into order Lepidoptera. Like Lepidoptera has 2 different groups. Like one is butterfly and another is moth. Moth is one of the diverse group of an insect. However, moths are often overshadowed by their more popular relative butterflies. But they are fascinating creature with a rich natural history. Moth has small scales on their wings, and the microscopic photo of that is shown on the right side below, and the photo is of oriented hawk moth wing scales. The word moth is because of the word moth, derived from the word moth and referred to maggot. Perhaps it is referred to the caterpillar of moth. There are around 1,20,000 species of moth found worldwide. Approximately, there are more than 10,000 species of moths in India, and many are yet to be discovered, and some are discovered quite often. Just like butterflies, moths also have complete metamorphosis, and they have four stages during their life cycle: egg, larva, that is caterpillar, pupa, that is chrysalis, and adult. So, like the larval stage is the longest and the most diverse, with caterpillar exhibiting a wide range of behavior and type. Some of the moths are highly specialized feeder, while others are generalist. Major difference between moths and butterfly is like in their antenna, they moths have feathery or filamentous antenna. Usually, butterfly have slender, not clubbed antenna. The wings are held flat or tent-like when at rest in case of moth, whereas butterfly held upright or vertical together above the body when at rest. Active time of moths is usually nocturnal. Some of them are diurnal species also. However, in case of butterfly, predominantly they are diurnal. Some of the butterfly are crepuscular or even nocturnal. The body shape of moths are stout, hairy or furry body and broad wing compared to butterfly. However, butterfly have more slender body and narrow wings. Pupation in case of moths is cocoon type. However, in case of butterfly, they attach themselves to a substrate like leaf or twig. Behavioral differences like moths have very erratic flight compared to that of butterfly, and butterflies have more graceful and gliding flight pattern. Resting position of moths is they spread out flat wings. Wings they spread out wings flat when at rest. However, a butterfly closes upright above their body when at rest. Coloration is usually cryptic in case of moth, which help them to blend in their surrounding. However, the butterflies are more brightly colored and more vivid color that they serve as a warning signal to predator. Feeding pattern in case of preference in case of moth is the larval stage of many moths are often less selective feeder, may have broader type. However, butterflies tend to be more selective in their food plant. There are different families which are seen in India, and round about 62 families are often seen in India. And of them, some of the families are quite commonly seen. One is like Spiralidae, second is Spingidae, Geometridae, Noctuidae, Pyralidae, Psychidae, and Zygnidae. This is the species which is quite often seen in Gujarat. Hawk moth, which is quite commonly seen around the Gandhinagar or Ahmedabad, and they belong to order, like they belong to family Spingidae. And another most common family is Geometridae. The example of the image is shown, grey swallowed tail moth. There is another moth of two different species also seen of this same family in surrounding. During the course of evolution, moths evolved long before the butterflies, and even the fossils of moths are also found. The fossils around about 200 million years old in the early Jurassic period is recorded. However, these fossils are usually amber preserved or some in very fine sediment preserved. Both type of Lepidoptera, butterflies and moths, both adult and larva, are thought to have evolved along with the flower plant mainly. However, during the course of evolution, as a part of survival strategy, this group has developed many adaptations like or mimicry. One of such examples is of Atlas moth. The wing of this Atlas moth is very different. Like the tip of this Atlas moth is appearing as if it is a head of snake. So predator get frightened to come close towards this moth, looking towards the tip of the wings, considering it as a snake head. Second is camouflaging capacity. Some of the moths have very good camouflaging capacity, like these two moths, dry leaf hook-tipped moth and lapid moth. Both of these appear as if it is a dry leaf which is fallen from the tree. They camouflage to that extent that they have even the line on their wings appear as if the midrib of the leaf fallen from the tree. Another adaptation is development of eye spots. Like one of the best example is of owl moth. The eye spot is on the wings, and it appears as if the eyes of owl or some bird, predatory bird. However, their actual eyes is near to the head. This is the head of the moth, and this give an appearance as if some bird or some predator bird is watching, and the predator gets frightened to come close to the moth. Another is like example is non-toxic animal mimicking the toxic animal, that is vegetation mimicry. And one of such example is in case of moth is hornet moth, which is on left side mimicking the hornet wasp. This wasp is it stings very badly to the predator. So considering that due to the mimicry, even the hornet moth is saved from the predator. During the course of evolution, one co-evolution also happened, like flowering plant and moths. Like they have co-evolved, and one such example is of the star orchid. During 1862, when Darwin examined this orchid, he predicted that some of the moth, long-tongued moth, would have been found that pollinate this flower. However, during that time, the moth was not recorded, but later on, someone recorded that there is a moth named as long-term moth which pollinate this orchid, and that indicate that this flower morphology and the morphology of the moth is related. They have co-evolved during the course of evolution. Like any other insect or any other animal, insects like butterflies do migrate. Moths also migrate. Moths migrate in order to avoid certain antagonistic environmental conditions and like extreme weather conditions, starvation, drought, or extreme hot. And one of such spectacular migrant example commonly seen every year is hummingbird hawk moth. This is the photographs of this is on the left side below. This hummingbird hawk moth is very quite common during monsoon season. However, most of the migrant frequently migrate in hotter summer when there are southward moving. Other examples of migrating moths are hedgehog moth, like African red-head hawk moth, greater red hawk moth, lesser red hawk moth, then convolvulus moth, some species of crimson striped moth, oleander hawk moth, and silver migrant. The convolvulus moth is shown in the image on the left side below, and the hawk moth image is also present in the slide. So while migrating, one of the important factors which they require is navigation. Like as they are active during night, they require a very good sense of navigation. Studies have shown that moths are navigated for their movement, especially for migration. Usually, they navigate using the Earth magnetic field. Additionally, they use the direction of wind. They prefer to fly with the direction of wind. If the wind is favorable to the direction, and it is easy for them to navigate during the flight. However, the silver-wire moth when shows that even at high altitude, the species can correct the direction if the direction may change by wind. This is due to the other navigating tool, that is transverse orientation. They maintain a constant angular relationship to the bright celestial light, that is moon, and they can fly in straight line. These celestial objects are so far that even after traveling great distance, the change in angle between the moth and the light source is negligible. However, further, the moth is always in the upper moon is always in the upper part of the visual field. But usually, moths are seen exhibit a tendency to circle around artificial light repeatedly. This is because they consider this artificial light as moon. So whenever they are flying towards this artificial light, they reach to light very immediately, and a phenomena called match bending is seen in them. So therefore, they keep on circulating around the artificial light, considering that as moon. So if we talk about ecological importance, all the moths are very important food source for many other species of amphibians, mammals, bats, and birds. Apart from that, they have very good ability to pollinate and seed dispersal. Because of their traveling ability from flower to flower, plant to plant, place to place, they are considered as one of the most efficient pollinator, and that too, they are very active during night times, and they are very good pollinator of flowering plant during night. And additionally, another ecological importance is bioindicator. During industrial revolution, industrial melanism is seen, like pepper moth. The black colored form becomes dominant over the light colored form in England after the industrial revolution. This was the result of the natural selection, whereby the dark colored form were selected. One of the most important ecological importances, useful product which is derived from this moth. And the best example is of silk, which is derived from the silk. In addition to that, nutrient cycler, they are very important nutrient cycler. They perform a priceless service, helping the recycling, decomposing dead material. The larvae of moth, wood eating, are among the insect world best decomposer organisms that digest dead metals. In addition to nutrient cycling, they are also very good ecologically important for soil formation. There are around 93 species of moth which are documented probing in the soil and mud puddles, and additionally, Geometridae and Notodontidae are known to pass large volume of water through their gut, as they are known to drink from the highly wet substrate. And last but not the least, some of the moths are pest insects, and being a pest, they are also ecologically important for control of the other biodiversity. And some of the examples are Spodoptera, Helicoverpa, and Helicoverpa like cotton ball worms. So now, in addition to its ecological importance, climate change, which is very important, which is also very important to discuss, because climate change is affecting almost all the living organisms around the world. And in one of the study, it is shown that 40% of insect species are declining around the world. And a study also there is another study which indicates that during the last 27 years, there are 75% decline of flying insect biomass. So the decline may be for any reason like natural or anthropogenic, but one of the important reason is climate change. Climate change impacts these insects like moths. And the major impact which is can be there is asynchrony. There will be asynchrony in the moths and asynchrony between the moths and the pollinator, like flowers, which is to be pollinated. Like moths act as an important pollinator of the flowers, which is flowering. And if there is asynchrony in the flowering of the plant and the adult stage of this moth, then the flowering plant will not get pollinated and they might get degraded or dead by the time the pollinator is coming there. So in that way, there may be a mismatch in the like the flowers, which is to be pollinated, and the moth, which is the important pollinator of that flower. So in this way, its impact will be like ultimately the flower may get die. The major threat in conservation is like for the moths, they face habitat loss, climate change, and pesticide effect, and the artificial light population disrupting their natural behavior. And the major conservation efforts should be focused on preserving their habitat and raising awareness about the importance in ecosystem and because conserving this species. This is the overall introduction to moth. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kalavanti Mokaria. It was a very, very wonderful talk for our many postgraduate and graduate students from various parts of the country. And I'm very, very confident. I'm very sure that many of our viewers or listeners were benefited by your wonderful presentation on introduction to moths and their ecological importance. In future also, I look forward to your more and more involvement with our programs. And once again, thank you. Thanks a lot. And thanks to all the viewers who enthusiastically participated in this program. Thank you.